I think it's wonderful when people like to discuss out of their own experiences. If it is religious experiences or atheistic or moral or amoral experiences, it doesn't matter. If my pictures make people feel something, I think that's most important for me. Mm-hmm. And God heavens, I think about the silence. I think it was very many discussions about this picture and very many discussions far away from what this picture meant.
What you wanted it to mean.
Yeah. I am not an intellectual. I'm just an artist producing visions, dreams, feelings, and I want to communicate with other people to tell them about what I have dreamt, what I have felt. And of course, always an artist analyzes what he is making. That's of course terribly important. Mm-hmm. But not in the way people who comment the picture.
You made Ansiktet, and there were two general theories, analysis on the film. One said the man in Ansiktet is like Jesus Christ, and they could come far away with this sort of allegory. And the other half said, no, it's Bergman himself. Mm. Did you realize while making or when finishing your film that there were these two possibilities in it?
No, of course not. But what I would like with Ansiktet to say was only to tell about the conditions of artistic work.
Receiving the Erasmus Prize last year, you made that famous statement on art and the modern artist, and you said people of today could do without any art. Did you consider by then film as a traditional art?
I think the film is now about 60 years old and is not more a young art. Of course it's young in comparison with the other arts, but it's not young anymore. And I think we must tell it really an art. That filmmaking is a little bit of the climate in the Swedish culture, a little bit of the Swedish culture, and everybody has always thought it is a little bit of our culture. And when this reform came, it was nobody who said no, because it was out of the discussion. Everybody thought this is right. And that depends, I think, just on our cinematographic tradition.
Mm-hmm. But would you explain the fact that only Sweden of the little countries has got that sort of tradition?
No, I can't explain that, because but the fact is that we started picture making as art already 1913. You know my picture, White. I have a very big collection of pictures, silence, and I have about 200 pictures at home.
Your own cinematheque?
Yes, exactly. And I have my own pictures too. And that is very good once when you are absolutely alone at home. 5 years after, or 3 years after, when the film has disappeared, you can sit down and put the film in the projector, and then you can sit absolutely quiet without anybody there. That is important. And see it and say to yourself, this is not good, this is damn good. This perhaps you could have done better, and this is silly, and shame yourself, and so on. But then you learn about your own picture objectively. You can sit absolutely without feelings, because if you are not alone, if you have a cat sitting in the chair here at your side, you always, I promise you, you will be sitting and thinking, what will the cat think? Perhaps it will come something in my picture that is for cats. You know, perhaps.
Something in your picture is for cats. But I can understand very well.
But if it's some living creature there, you always think on this living creature, and you don't react yourself. But once I always see my pictures alone and learn from them.
You won't agree with Orson Welles, who stated, but perhaps he didn't mean it himself, that he never went to the cinema since he started making pictures because he's just afraid of being influenced.
I like to be influenced. I think it's necessary to be influenced, and I can't understand how to act not to be influenced, because everything that comes is around you in life influences on you, and I don't want to be something isolated. I want to if I see something that Fellini has made, I think that I will remake it, and I take it from him.
Did you ever do it? Did you ever do it?
Not yet, but I don't know. But I would like to do it, because I think we all have taken from each other. We are not isolated. Creative art is always giving and taking.